Hey everyone, welcome back to the Tres Jolie channel, or my channel. I am here with this lovely Art Deco chipboard piece that came in the kit from AB Studio, and I'm kind of trying to work out how I'm going to go with it. But before I get too far along, I want to prepare the chipboard for what I'm thinking things are going to be looking like, just a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is coat it with some black gesso. My gesso is dry, and after some thought, I am going to first start with putting some embossing powder over all of this. And this is the Lindy's Gain Silence is Golden. You see it's got some black specks and some gold and white specks, and it's the same one that came in the April 2020 scrapbooking kit. So if you had the April 2020 scrapbooking kit, that's the one that was in there. This is from my stash. It's a dauber of the Ranger embossing ink. You know, if you just have a clear pad, and in fact probably any kind of ink pad, because this is not opaque, so your color's not really going to show through. So I'm just going to go over all of this with my dauber, and then start, well, I probably have to do it in stages because it will take a bit to get it dry. So I'll do maybe half and half, and we'll see how it works out, but eventually I'll get it all covered. Just real quick, I kind of did these because I wasn't entirely certain how they might come out, so I'm going to just give an overview of the products. The flowers that had been white came in the September 2018 Tres Jolie mixed media kit. This bag was a lot fuller, and so I'm just gonna finish them off. And these yellow flowers just came in the June cards, tags, and more kit. And I sprayed them with water, and then I sprayed them with some Lindy's Moonshadow Mist Gossamer Gold, there, the Gossamer Gold, and this bottle came in the December 19 mixed media kit. I'm trying to get them. If you notice these cut apart pieces, they're not like bright colors. They do kind of have like that aged look to them. So I was just kind of like trying to make flowers to go with them. And then I just let them air dry. I did let them air dry so that the colors could just set however they wanted. Now comes my kind of scary part. Kind of really scary part. Because of that sort of stained glass effect that I'm really hoping you've already seen, because we're really hoping that right now, let's hope it comes out. And I'm going to be mixing up some clear epoxy. There's a lot of different brands, so I mean, I have big bottles because I do have a few projects that I'm going to use it on, but they do sell smaller bottles, and possibly I've used diamond glaze in a small form type of deal, and filled it up with diamond glaze, or filled up something with diamond glaze before. I mean, but this would take a lot of diamond glaze, so and it's probably not as strong. So I'm just going to be using some epoxy. Plus, I'm going to be adding the alcohol inks for the color. And now I kind of have this crazy idea going on in my head, and that crazy idea I have is for the most part, I'm going to try to put a thin layer on and color it, and then set this in it and weigh it down. I mean, because this is not, it's not super thick. I don't have a 12-inch circle mold lying around anywhere, so I'm kind of gonna fake it and hope things work out for me. My first order of business is going to be, actually I might try to use this. This is artist's tape. It's not masking tape. It is not have a lot of stick to it. It is artist's tape. And it's gonna be hard. I do have it on a silicone mat, so I can peel it off. So I'm just gonna try to hold it in place the best I can. Afterwards, so something not quite like that. And also, I'm going to use it kind of to mark where my perimeter is. this is the important part. This is set up. It's not sticky anymore. But before it's all the way set up, it can still be pulled off around the edges that may have overflown. So you have to get to it before it sets up. And I should have done this like later in the day, so that when I got up this morning, not so much time would have passed. But I did get here in time. Also, as you can see, as long as it's early enough, I was having trouble getting a hold of and hanging on to the little pieces. Scissors will go through epoxy before it's all the way set up. Because this was kind of an experiment for me, it's like uneven. I was trying to spread it out the best I could without going too far. I think I should hunt down a silicone circle mold. I'm sure that I could find one. Anyhow, I'm gonna just make up some more epoxy to kind of fill in the uneven areas. And then I was thinking I'm gonna brush on and just give it a perfectly smooth surface. I realized once the epoxy is all the way hardened, you could actually kind of use this if it's coated in epoxy and you didn't want to put flowers on it. You could kind of use it like as a placemat, or like a large centerpiece on a table, something like that. So I figured I would just coat everything and give it a real smooth surface. And these fills, I'm not adding any of the, well, I might, we'll see. No, I think I'll leave it clear. I don't think I'll add any alcohol ink to it. I'll think about it while I pour. I did decide I'm going to add just a touch of the sunshine yellow. It'll kind of go with that aged look that is sort of happening here. My epoxy is dry. It's not completely set. I think that's about a 72 hour wait. Yeah, it has a full 72-hour cure time. So I'm keeping it flat because it is still kind of flexible, but it's enough that I can start with decorating the front. I have over here all of the flowers and leaves cut out of that sheet that came in this month's kit. I have the flowers over here that I had sprayed with that Lindy's moonshadow mist. yeah, over here. I have this package I came across, and I don't know if I'll be using them or not. Maybe, but I thought I'd keep them nearby. They were from the February 2020 scrapbooking kit, and when I saw them, I was like, they kind of match the color it matches. And just in case all of this isn't enough, I have a few other packages of flowers that I thought might work in here. So that's just to get me going. I don't really have a plan right now. I don't know how things are going to be getting set up. I'm going to use some, if I do get around to it, I'm going to use probably use I think my super heavy gel will work on the epoxy. I've used it on metal. No, I usually use that in it. Well, I'll see what I can come up with for the glue. I'll think about it kind of as I go along. But I'm going to just sort of start playing around. So I'm just going to like record it and then I'll fast forward it because it could take a while. So that's where I'm at now. I'm just going to try to figure out how exactly it is that I want to arrange my elements on here. Real quick, I have my little cut apart page here that I decided needed to be kind of aged. So I used the Sunset Orange and Sunshine Yellow alcohol inks, mixed them with some rubbing alcohol, and sprayed them onto the paper, just to kind of give it a little bit of an age to it, and I think it looks a lot better than it had. I like the way it matches better now. And then, because I wasn't sure how this was going to come out, I have these little pieces of chipboard, and they're creative embellishments. And they came in the Cards, Tags, and More kit in November of 2019. And I had used at least part of one before because this has been cut off. But I had these left, and I decided, well, it needed something kind of to go in between the layers a little bit. So I just left the chipboard natural. I didn't put any type of gesso on it. I used a clear ink, and I used just one layer of this Lindy's Gain embossing powder. It's oak leaf olive, and it was in the September 2019 Cards, Tags, and More kit. And here you can see it's not an opaque embossing powder. It's rather transparent. It just sort of gives kind of a glazed look to it. And that came out just how I wanted. If you can see now, it goes nicely with the other foliage from the cut apart sheet. So that's where I'm at now. And this is kind of evolving as I go along. I just wanted to sort of explain what's been happening here. So I'm going to go back now with these parts I have and continue seeing if now maybe I can get everything together. There might be other things added in. I'll try to make note of it. I have these little bits of lace, and I'm pretty sure that it came in a previous Tres Jolie kit, but I don't know which one because I'm down to, I think these are just the last two little shreds of it I have, so that might make it in. We'll see. This is done. I'm just gonna let all that gel dry. So to bring it closer, I'm just gonna pick it up like this. You can see those chains, and let's see. Even though it is not all the way dry under here, you can see how dark it is getting as it dries. So hopefully by the time I take the pictures, I'll give it a few days and then it should be set. We're gonna just like hope. It took me a little bit of arranging, and the reason I showed all of that arranging was so you can see it, so you could see it in different orientations, give you an idea of how things would have looked. This is just how I decided I liked it best. But in case you missed it, or I don't remember to put a little note in, what I used to hold down these was just some matte super heavy gel, the same one I was using to make the clusters, and I mixed in some of the Purple Twilight alcohol ink, and then I spread it on the bottom and then popped them down, and that was it. So I hope this project gave you some ideas of what alcohol inks can do. You know, you can drop them into epoxy like so, mix them in with a medium. I turned mine into a spray also. I mixed it with alcohol. It won't mix with water. You got to mix it with some kind of alcohol or blending solution. And so that was quite a few different things that I did with the alcohol ink. Oh, I wanted to show this because I haven't really got much of a close-up here. See, you can see even because I had put the purple in at the edges in my epoxy, and it sort of kind of turned a really cool kind of blue in the areas there. I didn't put a lot in because I didn't want it overpowering in the background, but so there's that. I hope you enjoyed this project. I hope it gave you some ideas. And as always, thank you for joining us here at Tres Jolie. And I will see you again soon.